Adventurous kids, explore with education and learning what a wild life is in the Everglades. I want to explore the Museum of Discovering Science. What plants do butterflies like? I want to know about Key West Adventurous Kids, learning and fun. Adventurous Kids!
Today I'm going to tell you about relative dating. Have you ever wondered how scientists figure out the age of rocks and fossils without using exact numbers? That's where relative dating comes in. Relative dating is a method used by geologists to determine the order of events and the relative age of rocks by examining their position in a sequence. It doesn't tell us how old something is in years, but it does help us understand which layers are older or younger compared to others. Nicholas Steno, a 17th century Danish scientist, is considered one of the founders of geology and made significant contributions to the concept of relative dating. He introduced key principles that help scientists determine the relative age, rock layers, and the fossils within them. One of the most important principles in relative dating is the law of superposition. This law states that in an undisturbed sequence of sedimentary rock layers, the oldest layers are at the bottom and the youngest ones are at the top. Imagine a layered cake. Each layer represents a different period of time. As new sediment is deposited, it covers older layers, creating a chronological record of Earth's history. Another crucial idea was the principle of lateral continuity, which implies that layers of sediment initially extend laterally in all directions until they thin out or encounter a barrier. James Hutton, often referred to as the father of modern geology, played a key role in the development of relative dating through his observations and theories in the late 18th century. He introduced the concept of uniformitarianism, which suggests that the geological process we observe today, such as erosion, sedimentation, and volcanic activity, have been occurring in the same manner throughout Earth's history. Hutton's work emphasized that rock layers strata are deposited over time, with the oldest layers at the bottom and the youngest at the top. Unless disturbed, the principle laid the foundation for the concept of relative dating, which allows geologists to determine the chronological order of geological events without knowing their exact age. His famous observations at places like Seacard Point in Scotland provided physical evidence that Earth's geological features had formed over immensely long periods, revolutionizing the understanding of Earth's age and history. Another helpful principle is cross-cutting relationships. This principle says that any geological feature, like a fault or an intrusion that cuts across other rocks, must be younger than the rocks it disrupts. So if a vein of igneous rock slices through layers of sedimentary rock, we know the vein formed after the sedimentary layers were already there. Fossils also play a big role in relative dating. Index fossils, which are fossils of organisms that lived during a specific time period and were found worldwide, help scientists match rock layers across different geographic areas. If two distant rock layers contain the same index fossil, it's a good clue they were formed around the same time. In short, relative dating gives us a window into Earth's past by helping us place events in chronological order. It's like assembling the pieces of a puzzle. Each layer, fossil, and fault line reveals another part of the planet's ancient story. Thanks for watching this episode of Adventurous Kids. Blessed be.
What did you learn today? Adventurous Kids! Adventurous Kids! What was the most interesting fact? Adventurous Kids! Adventurous Kids! Adventurous